Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I have a deeply personal story to share with you. Imagine turning down a dream job that could earn you a whopping $600,000 a year, plus full health benefits and a company car. Sounds crazy, right? Well, I just did exactly that. And make sure you watch till the end, where I reveal the mindset that allowed me to make that choice very easily. But first, let me give you a background of how I got here. After breaking away from university, where I was studying mechanical engineering and hated it, I found myself in the car industry in sales. A good friend of mine told me of an opportunity at a Kia dealership where he knew the manager and they were looking for salespeople. Now, I've wanted to sell cars since I was a teenager, where I was washing cars at a Lexus dealership. My first year in car sales was a grind. It was hard, annoying, lame, and frustrating. But I have worked many sales jobs, from door-to-door sales to over-the-phone business-to-business IT sales and even retail sales. So I knew the start of any sales job is going to be hard. After learning a bit more about the business, I started looking for jobs at bigger and better dealerships. Now, if you didn't already know, Kia and Hyundai are essentially the same company, but marketed to different type of clientele. Hyundai is certainly the more established brand, so I figured a job at a bigger Hyundai store would be a great move for me. So I got a job at one of the biggest Hyundai dealers in the province, as well as most likely the country at the time. Here's where things really started to pick up for me. I was earning between $10,000 to $15,000 a month. I started posting a ton of content on Instagram and my YouTube channel. In fact, you can go back on my YouTube channel and see my car review videos when I was working for Hyundai. I very quickly became a top performing salesman and one of the highest earners on the sales floor. Now, life was good, but it all fell apart when I sold this Alfa Romeo, and you can see the clip of it here from my Instagram. I was all excited because it's supposed to be my biggest commission yet. They paid me hundreds when my commission should have been thousands. Now, this was massively demoralizing, and I started telling everyone on the team about what happened. A few weeks later, of course, I was let go. The general manager at the time said, "We're going in a different direction and we're letting you go." Now I get it, they did what they had to do. I was telling the whole team about what happened. They had to cut me loose. All I wanted to do was sell cars and create content. Now, that very day, I was fired around 9:30 a.m. I got home by noon. I had 2 job offers from competing dealerships. I actually knew the general manager at another Hyundai dealership who used to work at this store. He was looking for salespeople. Somehow, through the grapevine, he heard about me. He gave me a call. I got a call from another general manager at another dealership who I had never even met before, but he had seen me on YouTube. He had heard about what I was doing, and he gave me a call and said, "Hey, if you want to come in, let's have a chat tomorrow morning." When you are a highly valued salesperson, you have a great job the next day. This is a topic for an entire video on its own. Anyway, I had a good amount of money to set aside. I decided to take the summer off. I worked on my house, built up my backyard. After the summer, I ended up taking a job at the Hyundai dealership where I already knew the general manager. I was even able to get a cash advance when I first started to pay some bills, and I got my health benefits right away, so I didn't have to wait the 3-month probationary period. Now, right away, I continued making more content, and I actually earned even more money at this dealership than I did at my last job. My mindset is what made the difference. Mindset is everything in sales. I was angry about what happened, and I used my anger to my advantage. Here's where I started to realize that selling cars was great and all, but the best opportunity in the car industry is to be a financial services manager. I was getting paid up to 7.5% of the financial service products that were sold on my deals. A lot of times I would be earning more from the financial service products than on the actual commissions of the cars themselves. My general manager at the time, who was a great guy, knew that my goal was to become a finance manager. Now, this dealership was owned by a large dealer group, and they started implementing a lot of annoying procedures like double inputting data into 2 different systems and doing log sheets all the time. Just things that really started to get in the way of actually selling cars. I started to get the sense that it was time for me to move on. In other words, I saw the writing on the wall about what was happening, and I realized, no more waiting, let's get into finance as soon as possible. After just sending 1 application, I got a position as a financial services manager at a huge Chrysler dealership. I used what I called my employment application package, a system that actually was given to me by a friend, which I've added to and actually improved, that allows you to get a 99.99% chance guarantee of getting any job you want with no experience required. I'm going to make a full video on my employment application package, so definitely subscribe so you don't miss that one. So now I was a finance manager, grinding it out from scratch again, but this time I had a leg up. Finance managers are paid solely on commission and they're paid on an average, which means you have to maintain a certain average gross profit per deal. So a lot of pressure, but very highly lucrative. It's a very different ballgame than selling cars, but very quickly I was earning between $20,000 to $30,000 a month, which translates to about $240,000 to $360,000 a year. I also got a demo vehicle. I was driving new Ram trucks every few months, and of course my full health benefits, my own office. I was wearing a suit and tie every day. Customers were brought to me, so I had it made. Now this is when COVID-19 happened and the whole world shifted. I was on a vacation and I had to quarantine for 2 weeks before returning to work. During that time, I started to dabble in different business ideas, and I came to the realization that I should start working for myself and no longer work for others. I first started buying and flipping Amazon return pallets. Again, I'm gonna do a full video on that as well. I also started working on my second channel, Pro Shopper, where I showcase, compare, and review the best products so you can make easier purchase decisions. I also began to develop my own computer operating system to help me with creative work. After this computer right here, this Corsair One, which was around $5,000 at the time, started glitching out. It was getting a blue screen of death. I had to send it in for warranty repair work, and I realized I've been building and selling computers my whole life. I'm always the go-to guy when it comes to computer issues and tech issues. I should create my own computer OS, as well as select all the hardware specifically for creative work. Now that was over 2 years ago, and I've had many successes and many failures that I will document on this channel. Now this brings us to today. The new general sales manager, who actually took over the Chrysler store I used to work at, reached out to me just a couple of weeks ago. He asked me what I've been up to and mentioned that they're looking for a finance manager. The dealership has been getting super busy, and the finance managers are now earning about $50,000 a month, which is $600K a year. He said the financial controller as well as others on the team have had nothing but good things to say about, and they offered me to return to my job. I told him let me marinate on that for a while. I thought it over for about a week, and I called him back and respectfully declined. I could always return to my job as a finance manager at that dealership or at another store. So my fallback is always there, but I'm not done working on my entrepreneurial journey just yet. That's what this channel is dedicated to now. Finance, business, and self-improvement. I've wanted to create content since 2007, but I've always got distracted by life. The last 3 years have been very hard for me. I've faced several challenges, but it can't all be for nothing. There's a channel called Entrepreneurs in Cars, hosted by another Canadian creator, Rich Cooper. He talks about 2 types of businesses: ELF businesses, easy, lucrative, and fun, and half businesses, hard, annoying, lame, and frustrating. Real quick, what are the differences? Most businesses and most jobs are hard, annoying, lame, and frustrating. That is, you're trading time for money, whether it's for a salary or for a commission. You're doing one-by-one transactions. You're dependent on a specific location. You gotta answer to somebody else. They are not scalable. They are not residual. Now my goal is to build an ELF life. Easy, lucrative, and fun. What does that mean? It means a type of business that's scalable, a type of business that's residual, a type of business that's location independent. What are some examples of that? Well, there's 2 examples that can come to mind. Number 1 is software. Software is massively scalable. If you can create an app or something like that, you put it on the iOS App Store and the Android Play Store, you can end up reaching millions of people with one piece of software. You just update it, create it, hire a team of engineers, keep improving it, but the scalability is massive. If you also put some add-ons or some recurring revenue, that will now create residual income. So if you can have something that's both scalable and residual, you will get a compounding effect. Now, not everyone is a software engineer, okay? It takes a lot of work to get to that. The second type of business that, in my view, which is easy, lucrative, and fun, is content. It's media. Because you can reach thousands, potentially millions of people, you can offer many different business types, digital products, physical products. It's both scalable, it's residual, and it's location independent. You can create a channel from anywhere in the world. You can be on a vacation and you can have some scheduled posts going up, and you can even be out of town and doing something while your channel continues to get those automated posts going, and your audience won't even know that you're out of town or on a vacation. So software and content are the 2 ways that pretty much anyone can create a scalable, residual, and location-independent business. Some people will say like, oh, insurance gives you residual income. What insurance doesn't have is scalability. You're still selling policies one by one. Now you do get the residual effect, but that takes a very long time. While it does offer residual income, it doesn't have scalability. When you have something that's both scalable and residual, that compounds over time. So I could always return to my job and have a very safe, high income with all the perks. But I don't want to just work a job anymore. I want to create jobs. I'm building a media company, which this channel is a part of, and a tech company that will work in conjunction with each other. All great things require sacrifice, and I'm willing to take that chance. So subscribe for more content on finance, business, and self-improvement. I'm going to document my journey on the channel and let you guys know what's going on so we can learn and grow and earn a higher income together and create easy, lucrative, and fun lives. Unplugging from the matrix has never been easier, but we have to put in the work. So the mindset of an elf business versus a half business made the decision easy to not return to my job and plug back into the matrix. I've got bigger and better things I can do here. I can always go back to my work. The fallback plan is there. While I'm young and full of energy, I might as well pursue my entrepreneurial goals. And there has never been a better time to do exactly that. See you in the next video.